Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Garden State Growing. My name is Eric, and today we're all going to be talking about watermelons and knowing when to harvest them. You can see I cleaned up the front half of my yard yesterday, and I found a lot of surprises in the middle of those weeds. I found extra watermelons, I found extra pumpkins, and I have my big one, glorious watermelon that's sitting right here, about ready to be harvested. And I'm going to show you what I do to identify a watermelon to make sure it's ready to harvest. Now, I wanted to bring you in and show you this tiny little watermelon. I forget the name of it. I believe it's the speckled watermelon, which makes it very difficult to identify when to harvest it, because a lot of these will grow up on the vine or up on the trellis like you see right here, so you don't have that yellow white bottom. So I don't use that as a marker for when to harvest a watermelon. I have heard a lot of things on the internet, on social media, by talking to other people on when to identify, and they will talk about the spot on the bottom, like this yellow spot that's right here. They will talk about the texture of the stripes of the watermelon, that, like on this one right here. But the best indicator I've ever seen, actually the best indicators, because there is two that I've ever seen, is one, just pay attention to your harvest date. Like if your seed packet says 90 days, feel comfortable within 85 to 105 days, you're going to be all right. Another way to do, if you don't remember what your the amount of days to harvest are, is what we're going to do, and I'm going to try to bring you in here so you can see this. All right, it's probably actually better if I do a handheld shot. I'm sorry to using a tripod because I got to move around. Now, the best way I've seen to determine if a watermelon needs to be harvested is right here. If you follow the main vine right here, it will come to what a lot of farmers and planters and gardeners like to call the curly Q. And when this tiny little branch completely dies off, it's a good indicator that this is ready to be harvested. Now, a lot of people say, I know, you hear me banging on it. If it knocks, I don't know, never worked for me. They say the stripe pattern, if it becomes bubbly, or textured, it's ready to go. But as you can see, if I follow up this vine right here, I still have a nice, fresh, curly Q. So I'm gonna leave that alone. Oh, I just want to show you this nice little pumpkin I got growing right there. That's a nice sweetie pumpkin or something, I'm not sure. And if you can see this watermelon that's growing right here, once again, if I remove these little dead branches out of the way, you can see if, oh my goodness, it just fell off. It looks like we're eating that today. Okay, that one's going. It looks like we're doing 1, 2, 3 watermelons today. I'm going to leave that one to go. All right, so as you can see, I have another watermelon that has just basically started growing. It's not much bigger than my hand, and I'm gonna have to let that grow. But if we follow the vine to where we have the curly Q, again, of course, you can see it's nice and healthy. It hasn't died back yet. So this watermelon definitely has a lot more time to grow. And I'm going to dive underneath my trampoline to get to this little bad boy here. Oh. And it's still connected to the vine. And I can't find a curly Q on this one. The nearest curly Q I can find is this one right here by my thumb. And it's still nice and healthy. And of course, because of the size here, I'm going to let that grow a lot longer. Oh, and I have another surprise watermelon I didn't even realize was right here. And we're going to go, and as you can see, My curlicue is still looking gorgeous and healthy. So this puppy right here still has a lot of time to grow. And oh my goodness, I just found another one. Okay, all right. And I found the vine that's attaching it. And let me be careful with this one. And I can't find the curlicue, but I can just tell by looking at this, it's small and it needs a lot more time to grow. Guys, that is it. Of course that's not gonna be it. I'm not gonna let you guys go without at least seeing me cut into these nice big watermelons. I don't have a lot of hope for these two smaller ones, but this big one right here is going to look absolutely delicious. Let's go up on my deck. I'll break out a knife and a cutting board. We'll cut these puppies apart and we'll find out what they look like on the inside. I was going to show you me cutting open these watermelons. I showed you a couple different styles to identify if a watermelon is right, but like I said before, I think there's only one style, and that's to follow that curlicue, the first one off of your watermelon, and if it's completely dead, it's ready to be harvested. But I do have two watermelons that are here that I did not intentionally want to harvest. You can see from this one that's right here, the vine that is feeding this watermelon any type of nutrition has completely died off. It was just gonna rot if I left it there. Then I have this one that I was trying to take care of on the vine, but I messed with it a little bit too much and it dropped off before it was ready. And then I have this one here that I believe is completely ready to be harvested. And this guy, trust me, I had to carry it all the way up here to this deck. This is a heavy, heavy watermelon. Man, I really hope this turns out good. What happens with these two, I don't care, but that one, I'm really gonna hope for the best. So let me open up the smaller of the one that the vine died on, and see if, no, see? It's almost completely white, just starting to turn a little bit red by the seeds. Complete waste. I mean, whatever. I'm gonna throw this in my compost pile. Maybe I'll get a watermelon out of it next year. All right, so that's, I would love to say that's a terrible disappointment, but it's probably exactly what I was expecting. So then I have this one here that was growing on my vine, on my fence, and I did not want to harvest this one as quickly as I did, but by accident I knocked it off the vine. So I'm gonna open this one up. We'll see if it's just a little bit more ripe than the other one, but I don't expect much. I'll keep my eyes closed, and yeah, it's completely unedible. Oh, actually, tastes very good. It's not very red, but it's actually kind of sweet. So we have this big behemoth, probably the best watermelon I've ever grown. I've had one this size before, and I opened it up and it was pure white like that, and tasteless and horrible. So we're gonna see what we have here. Wish me luck. Should I close my eyes? Oh God, I'm terrified. My wife just gave me the thumbs up, and I'm sorry, it's probably not as red as you would want a watermelon to be, but holy shit, I think this is pretty much my first completely successful watermelon I've ever grown. And you want to try a piece? No? Lost seeds. Thank you so much for joining us in Garden State Growing. If you like this content, please hit that like button and subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. Every time I put out a video, you will get notified. I love you, and I'll see you on the next episode.